It's opening day for the San Diego Men's Baseball League. Last year, I joined a team called the Belching Beavers. We started this season with several rain delays, but we're finally getting to play our first game of the spring season against the Saints. They're a pretty solid team, and most of us haven't swung a bat or thrown a ball in the last 6 months, so I'm sure this is going to go great. Let's play ball. Raul's starting on the bump for us today. Here comes the pitch to the leadoff hitter. Right back up the middle for a single. The runner's stealing. Mike pops up and makes a throw, but it's long, and that's going to let the runner get all the way to third. The Saints are already threatening in the first. And unfortunately, the second batter's going to draw a walk, and then we're pretty much just going to let him steal because we're trying to keep that runner at third. Mike does a pump fake, but no throw. And that's another walk. The bases are now loaded in the very first inning of our season. Oh no, that one's going to the backstop. And the runner's coming home. He slides in and he's safe. The Saints score first. It's 1-0. Runners advance to second and third. And there's a high pop fly into left field. Kyle's under it. He makes the catch for the first out, but the runner at third is able to tag and get the second run of the game. That's a hard hit ball to the left side. Our shortstop, Ryan, makes a good play for it, but now no one's covering third, so the runner's going to advance. I think it's fair to say the Beavers are a little bit rusty. There's a hard hit ball to third. Jake makes the stop and throws it over to second for the out. Dean bobbles it a bit and can't turn it. That's all right, though. We got the out. Unfortunately, the Saints are able to score their third run, and then Raul gets his first strikeout of the season to get us out of the first inning. Dan the Man leads it off for us. And he hits it right back up to the pitcher, who fields it and gets the easy out at first. Our fearless leader, Dean, is now up to bat. He takes the walk for our first runner of the year and the game. Mike's up next. He hits a little dribbler back up to the pitcher, who fields it backhanded and then makes the throw. That was a pretty nice play. We have a runner in scoring position, but Derek strikes out for the third out of the inning. The Saints are up 3-0 to start the second inning. Here comes the pitch from Raul. It's a chopper to the shortstop. Ryan's charging it. He gathers, makes the throw, and barely gets the out. Nice play. That's a pop-up to the right side. Dean's tracking it. That's trouble. Oh, and he can't quite make the play. So the Saints have a runner with one out. There's another pop-up to the right side. But this time, Chris is able to make the play for the second out of the inning. The next batter gets plunked in the back, and then we walk the next guy. The bases are loaded yet again with 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. Hit right back up the middle. That's going to score at least 1, but Derek comes up throwing and gets it in quickly, so only 1 run scores. The bases are still loaded, and that's a high pop fly that's going to send Derek back, but he's going to get under it, make the play for the third out. The Saints are up 4-0. Corey leads it off for us in the bottom of the second. He's a good line drive hitter. And he hits it hard right back up the middle, but it's right at the center fielder, and he makes the catch. Kyle comes up to bat, and he hits a soft ground ball to the third baseman. He fields it and makes a nice throw for the second out. Our first lefty, Chris, comes up to bat, and he pulls it to the right side. It gets through the gap for a single. That's our first base hit of the season. Ryan comes up, and he takes a walk. We have runners in scoring position with 2 outs for the second inning in a row. Let's see what we can do. Unfortunately, Jake strikes out on the high heat, and the inning is over. The Saints pitcher leads it off, but Dan the Man strikes him out. Mike's got to put him away with the throw, and he gets the job done for the first out. There's a dribbler to the right side. Our second baseman, David, charges it, but the throw's off target, and the runner's safe at first. The runner's stealing. Mike gets up and throws it, but it bounces in, and the runner slides in safely to second. The batter hits a soft liner to the right side, and David makes the play for the second out. The Saints hitter gets a hold of this one and sends it to the opposite field. I'm playing right, and I am off to the races. This takes a 1 hop off the fence. I try to get in as fast as I can, but the runner is at second easily, and another runner scores. The batter hits a bouncer to the right side. David goes over to field it, but it gets by him, and that's going to score another runner to make it 6-0. This is starting to get ugly, folks. This pass ball lets the runner get to second. Dan gets us out of the inning with a little bloop to second. David makes the catch, and we're out of the third inning, but it's now 6-0 Saints. I'm leading off the bottom of the third inning, and let me tell you, I'm ill-prepared for this at-bat. Pitcher throws a decent curveball, and I swing right through it. That's the first out. Raul comes up and hits a chopper to the third baseman, who stabs at it, makes the running throw, and gets the second out. Another nice play. David comes up, and he strikes out. He doesn't like the call, and yeah, that was probably outside.
Bad call.
It's now the top of the fourth inning. Here comes the pitch from Dan, and it's a hard ground ball to our shortstop, but Dean stays back on it, makes the throw, and the umpire calls him safe. He beats it out. Swing and a miss, but the runner takes second with a nice head-first slide. That steal ends up not mattering too much because the next batter walks. The Saints runner at second catches us sleeping, and he swipes third base because nobody was really talking or calling that out. And Mike lets us know we got to be talking. But that steal doesn't end up mattering too much anyway. The batter walks, and the bases are loaded again. And that's a little bloop that's going to get down. I'm playing shallow, but I just can't get there. Takes a weird hop, and two are going to score easily. And there's still no outs in this inning. But here's a pop fly to left field. Kyle's under it. He's going to make the catch, and he's coming home. But the runner's going to score easily. This was kind of funny. We catch a bit of a break because the runner at first just didn't tag up at all. And fortunately, our first baseman, Chris, noticed. So he gets Dan to step off and check that the tag was made. And we get a free out. There's now 2 outs. 2 outs, here comes the pitch. That's a shallow pop fly to right field. I couldn't really see it at first. I think I scared everybody, but I make the catch. The inning's over. On the Beavers, everyone bats, so Jalen is leading it off. He's our 13th batter, and he strikes out swinging for the first out. In the bottom of the fourth, we finally make it to the top of our order, and Dan takes a walk. Dean comes up, and he hits the ball back up the middle, but the pitcher makes the play, sends it to second base immediately, and they turn the double play. The Saints defense has been solid, and ours hasn't. Dean goes full Thanos. He wants to do it himself, so he's on the mound. He jams the hitter and gets a soft ground ball. Ryan charges it, makes the throw, and barely gets the runner. The catcher's up, and he draws a walk, and so he's going to take a pinch runner. And that runner immediately steals second. Thinks about going to 3, but no, he'll stay there. That's a high pop fly to center. Corey's battling with the sun, but he gets under it and he's able to make the catch. But the runner's tagging. Oh, no, he's not. Corey gets it in quick and keeps him at second. Here's one I wish I could get back. A little bloop into right field, and I'm charging hard, but I hold up and the ball drops in front of me. I come up throwing home, but I short hop Mike, and the runner's able to score. That's the 10th run of the game, and I'm starting to wonder why I even made this video. There's a runner on second, and the batter gets it through the infield, and the runner is coming in home. He is going to score standing up for the Saints' 11th run of the game. This pass ball moves the runner to second. And then number 7 on the Saints yanks it down the left field line. That's going to be a stand-up double, and the runner's coming home. He's also going to be up easy, and that's the 12th run of the game. A couple more walks, loads the bases up yet again. These 2-out rallies are killing us. So many of the Saints' runs have been scored with 2 outs. Dean gets a ground ball to the shortstop, who makes the throw to second base. And honestly, that might have been a mercy call from the umpire, and if the runner slides, he's definitely safe. Mike leads off the bottom of the 5th with a base knock, but I didn't get it on film. That's only our 2nd hit of the game. Derek almost grounds into a double play, but he beats it out. Corey strikes out looking. We were not liking the umpire's zone all game. It's really no excuse, but it sucked. I'm not really sure how Derek got on second, but he's in scoring position. Chris gets a hold of this one and sends it into right field, but the Saints are able to make the play for the 3rd out. Our lefty Chris is coming in to hopefully stop the bleeding. The Saints lead it off with a base hit up the middle, and Chris is not happy about it. Chris gets a ground ball to the shortstop, Ryan starts to turn, and we finally make a double play of our own. That's 2 outs. And then Chris strikes out the next batter to get us out of the inning. That actually looked like we were playing baseball. We're going into the bottom of the 6th. Let's see if we can score some runs and make this a little less embarrassing. Ryan leads it off for us, and he pulls it to the left side. It gets by the diving third baseman, and that's a base knock. He starts us off. Jake strikes out looking. I'm pretty sure the umpire just wants to go home at this point. Here's my second at-bat. I'm the 10th batter, and I struck out last time, so I'm expecting a first pitch fastball. And I take that one right off the wrist. That one definitely left a bruise. We have runners in scoring position again. We're trying to get something going here. Raul hits a chopper to the left side, and the third baseman makes the play for the second out. I think this is the first time we've had a runner on third base, but unfortunately, David strikes out swinging on the breaking ball, and that's the end of the 6th inning. Chris is still on the bump for us in the top of the 7th, but the Saints still manage to lead off with another single. This pickoff attempt gets thrown away, so the runner's able to get to second base. Then we have a pass ball, which allows that same runner to get to third. But Chris is tired of this nonsense. He's ready to put the team on his back. No more pickoffs, no more pass balls, no more defense. Chris strikes out the next 3 batters to get us out of the 7th inning. Jalen led off the bottom of the 7th inning for us and got the first out, but I didn't get it on film. So here's Dan the man. He hits it back to the pitcher, who makes yet another defensive out against us. Dean gets the 3rd out of the 7th with a pop out to the first baseman, and he is not happy with himself. Kyle's our crafty side armor. He's on the bump now, and the first Saints batter he faces hits a hard line drive, and Ryan makes a heck of an effort, but the ball gets through, and that's a single to lead it off. But then Kyle's able to get quick outs after this. First is a pop fly to Corey in left. Then he gets a ground ball back up the middle. Ryan's able to field it and get the out at second. Can't turn the double play, but the runner stays at first. Leadoff batter's up again, and he pops it up to right. Can of corn, I camp under it, make the catch, no problem. I gotta let Dean know that I know how to dive, like it's MLB The Show. Mike leads it off for us in the bottom of the 8th, and he draws a walk. I come in to pinch run. That sets the stage for my final humiliation of the day. But first, Derek hits a chopper to the first baseman. He takes a look, but he decides to get the easy out at first. I advance to second. Corey comes up with 1 out. He hits a line drive back to the pitcher, but he makes the play. I didn't see that he caught it in the air, so he throws it to second and gets the easy double play to end the inning. If you're still watching, like this video, leave a comment. Give us some love for posting this video, even though we're getting our butts kicked. Kyle pitched a couple solid innings for us. He gets 3 quick outs in the top of the 9th. The first is a ground ball to second base, then a ground ball to third. Jake fields it and makes the throw, and Raul makes a nice tag. And the final out is a pop fly into left center. We're down by so much that I'm actually playing center, so I make the play, and that is the final out. We're playing for pride at this point. Let's see what we can do at the plate in the bottom of the 9th inning. Kyle leads it off for us, but he gets under it and pops it up to the first baseman for the first out. Chris told me to delete this, and I did. I don't know how it got in this video, but suffice to say, there's 2 outs now. We are down to our final out, and I've never seen a shutout in this league. Ryan hits a grounder to the third baseman, but he makes another nice play for the final out. That's the ball game. We lose to the Saints 12-0. I promise we're better at baseball than we showed today, but that's about as bad of a start to a season as you could imagine. If you're still watching, leave us a comment and let us know. You're one of the real ones. Thank you so much. I'll catch you on the next one.
First game, right?
Yeah, that was rough, bro. Well, next time.